Sills, appreciate y'all coming aboard. Thank you so much. Gary McCauley's going to join us, the president of operations for the Northeast Tutors. That'll be at the bottom of the hour. We're here in a couple minutes. And also, too, Howard Balzer from SiriusXM, Talk of Fame Network, also from GoPhoenix.com. He will join us. We'll talk to him about the best team in the NFC. As I said, he's a Hall of Fame voter, so we will have our friend on. That will be in the final hour. That'll be 5:30. Real quick here. So I'm curious, and again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this guy because I find him being in that category of Ben Simmons now. So James Harden is forcing his way. Let me get this right. I mean, please help me out on the number here. Is this the third team in 4 years that James Harden has forced his way out of? Houston, Brooklyn, and now Philly. I mean, why do you invest in a guy who's past his prime, and if the bat and ball aren't right, he doesn't want to stay, and he's going to do everything he can to sabotage your team? I mean, James Harden, to me, that's a Hall of Fame resume, forcing yourself out of 3 places because you don't like the way the bat and ball went. And yet you were paid handsomely for an aging athlete who's past his prime. I don't get it. Okay? I don't get it. And get this. Was that part of the process, Josh Harris? Having a guy like that on your team? Was that part of the process? You see, certain guys, when they lie to you on a consistent basis, you have to call them on it. This is Josh Harris, too. The guy who is the carpetbagger in Philly. The guy who's telling his fan base, DC, can't wait for us to go down and beat Philly. And then turning around, telling those same people that, hey, please buy season tickets to the Sixers. It's a professional bullshit artist. Process. You don't have a process, dude. That dude does not have a process. And if the process is, when you look at how he does business, it's untruthful. I have no respect for that guy. And by the way, if he had won a 76er NBA Most Valuable Player Award, a MVP, and then went on to win an NBA championship, you'd be like, hey, Sills, he is winning here. He is winning here. Yeah, you're right. Shit. Get over it. Whatever. All right, I hate it. But he's winning. Completely underachieving. Okay? Josh Harris, carpetbagger. I thought you guys hated people like that. Outsiders who came in trying to tell you how to run your team, tell you who you are. How do you tolerate that guy? You sit here and bitch at me about not knowing who you are. I know more who you are than that guy does. That guy lies to you and takes your money. And he's trying to get you to build him a house downtown. Brand new house. He gets all the luxuries and you get nothing but waving banners. I don't get that guy. I don't really get you. I don't. I mean, what happened to the old school Philadelphia media people that wouldn't, and fans that would look at that guy and go, oh, sell the team. Get out of town. You're not helping this. Okay, what's the difference between James Dolan and Josh Harris owning the Sixers? Tell me, he went a little further in the playoffs? He's got an MVP who doesn't even give a shit about being engaged here? Help me out here. Constant revolving door and coaches? get players like this that go in and out of here, Ben Simmons, James Harden. Help me out, general managers that don't know what they're doing. Help me out here. You can say all you want. And by the way, this is football related because that guy owns the Commanders. And he's in your division. How do you tolerate that? How are you not more? And you're like this. Well, Sills, it's the Sixers. Oh, okay. So they're kind of like down near the Flyers now to you. I thought all things, I just heard Tone say, I thought all things Philly mattered. Or are you going to be like New York and LA? Oh, only when they're winning. That's the difference between you and Philly. You know the difference between Philly and LA and New York? They have to win for them to show up. In Philly, they don't have to win and you'll show up. That's what makes you a better fan base. Did I get it wrong? Have I gotten that wrong? Help me on that because I was always under the impression that's how you portrayed yourself. Buffalo fans show up to see the Sabres win or lose. Nobody shows up for the Kings. You got a professional bullshit artist in your city. I'll tell you anything. It's good to be a billionaire, isn't it? Billionaire or born liars. I'm going to tell you the truth. All right. Listen to this thing. And here's your recent here's your hit list. We'll know more tomorrow, but so Blankenship, ribs, did not practice. Lane Johnson, ankle, was on the field today. Brady Roby, shoulder. Devontae Smith, practiced, I heard, hamstring. Jalen Carter, ankle. Dallas Goedert, groin. Slay. Wait a minute. So Darius Slay's got a knee injury and he's going against Tyreek Hill. Holy cow. Of all the names on this MASH unit, wait a minute. All the names on this MASH unit, Darius Slay has a knee injury. And you're playing against Tyreek Hill and Mike McDaniel. Solid. Reed Blankenship, Slay, Milton Williams, ankle. Sidney Brown, I heard, is coming around. You'll need him. And Eli Ricks. Oh, my God. Are you concerned, even if they're nicked up? Even if they're nicked up, you got to go against that offense. Is that right? Is that right? Let's say this to do me a favor. By the way, at the top of the hour, we're going to take a look at Week 7 of the NFL. Let me ask you this. What are you projecting the score of the game to be? Man, I would be concerned if we were fully held. Man, Tone just goes, man, I'd be concerned if we had everybody back. You understand that with that list of nicks, I'm not talking about the hoop team. Look at this. Now, are they playing? No, this team ain't smart enough for that. You see, I believe this list. If this was a Bill Belichick list, I would never believe this. I would crunch. Hey, honestly, if this was Bill Belichick's list, I'd do this. But see, the Eagles like to tell you who they are and what's going on and apologizing for shit that they do. And because, you know, you guys need an explanation on shit every day, so they'll tell you whatever you want to hear. You know what? I got to love it. Do you know these guys like in here, Keon and Quan and all them? Oh, are you kidding me, man? The PR department with the Eagles love you. Because you eat that up. Hey, we're good. We're really happy with what we're doing. We're a healthy team. We'll have everybody back. Those guys like that love that. They eat that shit up. They totally eat it up because you know why? You can tell them anything and they'll buy it. Honestly, you could tell Quan and guys like that anything. They'll buy it. Because they're what Tone was saying about hardcore Eagle fans. They don't give a shit about the truth. They're easily lied to. Guys like Scott and them guys, they don't give a shit. Okay? I mean, they're like, hey, this is, Sills, that list there, don't worry about it. We'll be ready to rock. Every guy will be healthy 100%, and we're going to go out there and we're going to shut down. What did I see? Shut down Darius Slay. Darius Slay's going to shut down Tyreek Hill. Absolutely, man. What are you kidding me, Sills? What's that list mean to me? Nothing. We're the Eagles. What the hell do you think you're talking to here? Saints? Damn you, man. Kidding me? Quan sits there, man. He gets a scouting report from the Eagles. Damn straight, I buy it. He gets an apology from Nick. Damn straight, I'm buying it. He hears that Brian Johnson's doing a great job OCing. Damn right he is. It's my guy. Damn right he is. Asshats like Sileo's the ones that you have to kill. Those guys don't know anything. They consistently rip us. They don't give a shit about the truth. Keon, same thing, man. Sileo, you don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about the facts. You crazy? What do you know? It's our guy. Come hell or high water. He's my guy. Yeah. Oh, my God. How many lemons have you bought in your life? Oh, my God. Sileo, what could you possibly know? How dare you talk shit on the Eagles? I'm not really talking shit on the Eagles. I'm pointing some things out. Don't point nothing out. I don't want anyone to hear you talking about my boys. Don't you get it? You're always trashing us. I'm not really. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Come on, Quani. What are you kidding me, Quani? And Scooter? Wait a minute. Is it Scooter or Scott? I forget. It's got to be Scooter. Scooter. So this list doesn't bug you going into the game. Hey, Scooter, does this list bug you going into Sunday's game? Are you kidding me, Quan? Hating. I love you. Hey, Quani, watch this. You want to see exactly what Tone's talking about? Hey, Quani, does this list bug you, all the guys that are banged up going into this game? Look at good old Scott coming in with that 22-2. You are 22-2. You should make shirts 22-2. Hey, Quani. Hey, Suzanne, what do you think? Suzanne, help me out. Are you guys concerned with this? No? Because you got guys on the practice squad getting ready for Miami. Who you kidding? How you doing? I get it. You're not concerned. These guys right here all banged up. Next man up. There you go. Like you're in a rowboat, right, Scooter? Hey, look at Scooter allude here, whatever. Hey, Scooter, next man up like you're in a rowboat. Get that guy out of there. Put a new guy in the rowboat. The Eagles are a rowboat. Put the next guy in there. Put that Ringo kid in. And not the drummer. Hey, man, I tell you this. I have lost a tad. I lost 1% of respect for Tone in our last conversation. I have to admit. The dying on the vine for Jalen Reagor. Dude, I don't know, man. dying on the vine for Jalen Reagor, dog. I mean, I'm going to question your thought process there a tad bit, just a little, not a lot. You know I love you, man, but dying on that vine for Jalen Reagor. Jesus criminy. After year 2, I threw Reagor to the took him 2 years to get there, but he got there. See? He's like Kwani and Scooter. Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, Ho-Ho or JoJo, right? Very good, man. Very good. Loyal to the soil. Tone was on an island with that one. Yeah. Hey, the island of misfit toys. I lost 30. I'm sorry, Ho-Ho. Is it JoJo or Ho-Ho? I totally apologize here, man. Hey, we're gonna do something here before we get a little bit more on the Dolphins. And by the way, no, you know what? I'm gonna hit the Dolphins now. I'll do that now. Fundamentally, and I believe what we have in here, okay, like Connie here or Keon or whatever he is, whatever the thing is, I don't know. Hey, okay, I think he could actually, him and Kwani, Keeney and Kwani and Ho-Ho, via Tone. I have all right. How do you slow the Dolphins down? How do you slow the Dolphins down? Hey, Quan, if Tone's the GOAT, you're the ass. Cool? Can we see a Nolan Smith sighting? Can we see a Nolan Smith sighting? Come on, Keeney. Keenan, right? JM, long drives. Yes. I think you've got to do this. In my opinion, somehow we've got to get the Dolphins around 60 plays. You can't let that team up near 75 plays. It'll be a wipeout. Stuffed shells, extra matzah, a deli tonight, Sills. Nah, I don't do that, man, because you know what? After 6 o'clock, I get agita. And some of you Italians out there and some of you folks that are American don't understand what agita is. If I eat like really kind of like spicy shit after like 6:30, 7 o'clock, I get agita. And when I get agita, and again, see, white folks and other folks won't get this, but I have to have brioche. And I know some of you don't know what brioche is, but it's all right. Because my grandfather used to have the blue bottle all the time in the house. And every time we had agita, we would have the brioche. And my grandma would say, we know you got to put the brioche in. And then when you have the agita, you got to make sure that before it ends up disintegrating in the cup, after you eat like a good plate of meatballs or something, take some brioche. Listen, I'm just telling you. No, it's got no. It just settles the stomach. And again, you white folks out there will get one. Just look it up, brioche. I don't know. Maybe some of you in Philly would know what brioche is. Okay, maybe some of you would know what it is because I would think there's a ton of Italians in Philadelphia. So my wife even said it. She goes, "There's got to be great restaurants and great." Do you think they even know what ajit is or like brioche? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh man, think he has talking acid reflux? See, look, that's a white guy asking an Italian. Is that an acid reflux? Oh man. See, I thought you guys would know what brioche is. That's a damn shame, man. I'm not white, I'm Italian. Yeah, that's how I look at it. I'm not white. I'm Italian. Your shit here in America has nothing to do with me. Yeah, has nothing to do with me. And my family, okay, they walk through Ellis Island. We have nothing to do with you. I even know the boat they came over on. I have nothing to do with you. I say this with great respect. I have nothing to do with you. Well, back in 18, I had nothing to do with you. I have nothing to do with you. Ugh. Slow that team down. No question about it. Italians in South are considered black Sicilians. Hey, Scott. Hey, dare I tell this story, Tone, about Herschel Walker? Dare I tell this story? Dare I tell this? Hey, Tone. Tone helped me out today a little bit. Tone, should I tell the story about Herschel Walker? I can't wait to hear what he. Hey, Tone. It's not quite as bad as the other thing, but hey, Tone. Should I tell the Herschel Walker story? It's kind of hilarious. Okay, I got to get the thumbs up here because look, no answer. Uh-huh. I'm gonna tell it. All right. So there's hold on here. Hold on. Just no, I can't. All right. So there's these two rednecks sitting on a porch, and they're debating about the two greatest running backs from the South, and they're talking Bo Jackson and Herschel Walker. And one guy goes like this. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "Herschel's the greatest back of all time." And they go like this. "Yeah, you see that he married some white chick." And the other redneck from Alabama, and Bessemer, Alabama, goes, "No, he didn't. He married an Italian." I was like, "What?" No, he didn't. He married an Italian. No, he didn't. He married an Italian. All right. Oh, that is a great debate, though, man. Okay, it is. Herschel or Bo? I don't know. Herschel or Bo? All right. I want to do something here. Good and bad. As we go into week 7, I'm looking at teams that have been a surprise so far and teams that have been surprisingly bad. And I wrote these teams down. I'm going to go with the Jets. This is good. Then we'll get to the bad. Are you surprised the Jets are 3-3 without Rodgers and with a victory over Philly? Have you been surprised? Has Robert Saleh saved his job with that win over Philly? He's got a win over Philly and Buffalo. Two teams that could play in the Super Bowl. Are you surprised? Do you think Robert Saleh saved his job? With those 2 wins without Aaron Rodgers, I think he gets his job back, where he has a chance to coach next year. What can he do with Rodgers? Okay? Dude, he beat the Bills and he's beaten the Eagles. 2 teams that could potentially face each other in the Super Bowl. That's pretty good coaching. Tone brought this up about Shane Steichen. Have you been surprised about Shane Steichen and what he's done? And now it's Gardner Minshew's team. Get this. Gardner Minshew is going to have a chance to make a ton of money. He's got to look at this opportunity. He's got a 3-3 football team in Indianapolis, and they are better than I thought. I mean, how many people looked at and projected the Colts to be 3-3 right now, and the quarterback, Anthony Richardson, has been in and out of the lineup, and they have been functional with Gardner Minshew. That's pretty good coaching. That's actually very good coaching. DeMeco Ryans. Who would have ever thought that that roster, I'm talking about teams that have surprised me so far. How in the world are the Texans 3-3 with all that young talent they have, and you go like this? Really? With a first-year head coach who's a defensive-minded guy. DeMeco Ryans is a hell of a coach. Hey, I don't think Steve Wilkes has done that poor a job up in San Francisco. I actually think he's done a really good job as being the D coordinator in San Francisco. Look at who the last 3 coordinators in San Francisco have been. These guys have all done a pretty nice job running that unit up there. They've all turned out to be, I'll tell you this, the guy in New York, I've been surprised on how good a coach he is. I think he is a good coach. How about Dan Campbell? Are you surprised that the Lions are 5-1? Are you surprised the Lions are 5-1? With a win over Kansas City, are you surprised? I don't know. Are you surprised that they're where you're now saying this? Do they deserve to be in the conversation with the – how about this? I think this is a better question. Do you think the Lions deserve to be in the conversation with the 49ers and Eagles? Do they deserve to be in that conversation? Or is it still – let's get through the midway point of the season still. Let's see what happens through the midway point of the season. Hey, 88, the Lions, get this, the Lions have had only one win, playoff win, since 1957. That just shows you how long that they have been horrific. Since the 90s, when they had a playoff win, they haven't had their next win is 1957. I think that's the year they won the NFL title. How about this? If you're looking at somebody that's trending up, the Lions are clearly trending up. And yeah, they got a great, I'll tell you this, Detroit fan base is now selling games out at Ford Field. Really? Have you been shocked that the Bucks are 3-? Look at this. I projected both the Jets and the Colts after Rodgers, Texans, and the Bucks would be at the top of the draft. Bucks are sitting at 3-2. Not a crazy good offense. You know what I mean? Not a crazy good offense. But they're winning. Here's now the bad. Who would have ever put this out there that the New England Patriots are 1-5 and their season's over before the midway point? The Patriots might get the first pick in the draft. Does that, and the only thing that keeps Belichick coming back next year is that he's going to get a shot at Caleb Williams? The New England Patriots could have the first pick in the draft. They're 1-5. I'll say this about the Chargers. You give Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley should actually be 1-4 with that whole thing up in Minnesota when he went for it and didn't get it, and the Vikings screwed it up. They should be 1-4 with a guy they just gave $50 million to. I mean, Brandon Staley could have a 500 record this year, and I still think they're going to fire him. This guy's terrible. His game day decision-making is awful. Everything that you have about a head coach, he ain't it. But you know what the Spanos is like? Control of their coach. You have to understand something about certain organizations. They like controlling the coach. I think there's a little bit of that in Philly. I think they like to control their coach in Philly. The Broncos, 1-5. Sean Payton. Blame it on Russell. Really? Well, you're going to have a chance to test that out next year. And I don't know how you get away from the Russell Wilson contract. I have no idea how you get away from that contract. Zero idea. The Giants. How many people do you get this? Did Brian Dable win the Coach of the Year award last year? Did Brian Dable win the Coach of the Year award? He's 1-5. Do you think you jumped the gun in New York on who did you jump the gun on more? Daniel Jones or Brian Dable? Who have you jumped the gun on more? Brian Dable or Daniel Jones? I don't see anything redeeming on anything that Brian Dable's bringing to that offense right now. And on top of that, you took a shit on Saquon. Saquon Barkley is so not engaged on being a Giant this year. It's so evident. He doesn't want to be in the building. He's going to go and do it just to put some game film up. But at the end of the day, you really think that guy wants to play for the New York Giants when the New York Giants don't even want him? Why would you want to go out there and play and injure the product that you have and what people think of you right now by going out there and putting shitty film on tape? Why would you do that? I think the Giants need to fire their O-line coach. I think the Giants need to fire their general manager because the personnel decisions that they're making in the room are just as bad as when they were making them with Dave Gettleman. What has been the difference between this new guy they got from Buffalo compared to Dave Gettleman? What has been the difference? I don't see it. I see poor, incompetent decision-making in every single move that the New York Giants have made. And last year was fool's gold for them. Sills, admit you were high on Dable last year. I was high on Doug Peterson winning the Coach of the Year award. I thought Doug should have won the Coach of the Year award last year. That's who my pick was Doug Peterson. I think Doug going down to a shitty environment like Jacksonville and turning that bitch around like he did, winning a playoff game, winning a division title at Jacksonville, my opinion, I think that guy should have been rewarded with the Coach of the Year award. But because it's New York, because there's going to be a lot of voters and a lot of publicity for the Giants, once again, there's more stink on the Giants than Jacksonville. Doug should have won it. Doug should have won it. I got to say this. One thing on a good note, the Rams. Sean McVay can coach. Okay? Sean McVay can coach. He surely can. He could surely coach. He's done a nice job with that Rams team, so I'm going to throw that back into the conversation over there on the other side. All right. Going to take a timeout. We appreciate it. By the way, top of the hour, we're going to talk about Week 7 of the NFL. Howard Balzer is going to join us at 5:30 Eastern, and we will talk to him who he thinks the best teams are in the NFC. We'll get his thoughts on tonight's game. Also, Jalen Hurts versus Tua. I want to hear what he thinks, and there's some Kyler Murray news that he's going to break on our program. That'll be at 5:30. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
Football and Hooters, the perfect pair.